I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. We continue in Ezekiel again, where this is during the siege of Jerusalem still. There's a lot going on during this 3-year siege of Jerusalem. So we had several chapters in Jeremiah. There's 2 Kings and 2 Chronicles both describe this siege. And now we have what Ezekiel's prophesying out in Babylon during the siege. It's a very pivotal moment in history, the siege of Jerusalem and the destruction of the temple. So we continue with this. This is now chapter 25. The Lord's vengeance shall fall on the Ammonites, upon Moab and Edom, and upon the Philistines. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against the Ammonites, and prophesy against them. And say unto the Ammonites, Hear the word of the Lord God. Thus saith the Lord God, because thou saidst, Aha, against my sanctuary, when it was profaned, and against the land of Israel, when it was desolate, and against the house of Judah, when they went into captivity. Behold, therefore, I will deliver thee to the men of the east for a possession. And they shall set their palaces in thee, and make their dwellings in thee. They shall eat thy fruit, and they shall drink thy milk. And I will make Rabbah a stable for camels, and the Ammonites couching place for flocks. And ye shall know that I am the Lord. For thus saith the Lord God, because thou hast clapped thine hands, and stamped thy feet, and rejoiced in heart with all thy despite against the land of Israel. Behold, therefore, I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and will deliver thee for a spoil to the heathen. And I will cut thee off from the people, and I will cause thee to perish out of the countries. I will destroy thee, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. So this is the third prophecy of destruction against Ammon. We had one in Isaiah a while ago. Jeremiah spoke his doom against Ammon, and now Ezekiel is prophesying the doom of Ammon. And they're all basically the same. You didn't treat Israel well. You despised Israel. So God's going to destroy you. That's the basics. It's the same basic message. Verse 8. Thus saith the Lord God, because that Moab and Seir do say, Behold, the house of Judah is like unto all the heathen. Therefore, behold, I will open the side of Moab from the cities, from his cities which are on his frontiers, the glory of the country, Beth Jeshemoth, Baal-Meon, Kiriathaim, unto the men of the east with the Ammonites, and will give them in possession, that the Ammonites may not be remembered among the nations. And I will execute judgments upon Moab, and they shall know that I am the Lord. So once again, Moab is also, this is the third time, Isaiah, Jeremiah, now Ezekiel all prophesied the destruction of Moab, again because they are against Judah. Now this one I find interesting. It says, they do say, Behold, the house of Judah is like unto all the heathens. In other words, what they're saying, what Moab and Edom have said, is that Israel's God is no better than all the other pagan gods. And because of this derision against God himself, that's why Moab is being destroyed. Verse 12. Thus saith the Lord God, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do to Edom according to mine anger, and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord God. Now Edom is going to be destroyed, but Ammon and Moab are said to be destroyed by the men of the east. This is talking about Babylon, possibly Persia later on. But this says that Israel will destroy Edom. That's interesting. Verse 15. Thus saith the Lord God, because the Philistines have dealt by revenge, and have taken vengeance with a deceitful heart to destroy it for the old hatred. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will stretch out mine hand upon the Philistines, and I will cut off the Cherethims, and destroy the remnant of the sea coast. And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord, when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. So the Philistines apparently tried to get vengeance on Israel for old hurts, old feuds. God's going to destroy them too. Simply, again, Isaiah and Jeremiah both have already prophesied the destruction of all four of these nations. Ammon, Moab, Edom and the Philistines have all had their destruction prophesied by Isaiah and Jeremiah and now Ezekiel. So it seems to me that even though the emphasis is on Israel, rightly so, the reason these things are in the scriptures is to show us that God is the God of all people. He's not just an Israelite God. He's not, as they say in the modern day, he's not a local Canaanite deity that was blown out, that was put into a higher position by the Christians later on. No, God has always been the God of all people. We leave that here, though, and we will pick this up in the next chapter. So I think